One of the little-known factoids about the Negro Leagues, and I think it's something that gives baseball fans an understanding of the immediate impact that the Negro Leagues had on Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier in 1947, is the fact that from 1949 through 1959, 9 of 11 National League MVPs were former Negro League stars. Well, the great Roy Campanella won 3 of those MVPs.
Roy Campanella aims to catch the flying Phils as he blasts a tremendous three-bagger to right center field.
Campy, as he was affectionately known, started his legendary professional baseball career, believe it or not, as a 15-year-old kid catching for a semi-pro team called the Bacharach Giants. He was so impressive that he would later join the Baltimore Elite Giants. Can you imagine a 15-year-old kid catching professionally? But as I tell folks, Roy Campanella was not your typical 15-year-old. Hall of Famer Raleigh Biz Mackey would take a young Roy Campanella under his wing and taught him the art of catching. Roy Campanella would become one of the greatest catchers, not in black baseball history, but in baseball history.
아, 15살에 이제 로이 캄파넬라 이야기하고 이제 스승이었던 비즈맥키에 대한 이야기가 처음에 딱 나오네. 15살 때 프로 커리어를 시작했었던 로이 캄파넬라의 이야기. 캠피가 배우고 있네. 비즈맥키가 열심히 가르쳐주고 있는 모습.
Like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say
Campy had all the tools you needed to be a great catcher. Number one, he was built like a fire plug. They say he weighed 205 pounds when he joined the Elites. He was probably bigger than that, but it was the perfect body type to play catcher. And he had a great arm, a rifle arm, and a quick release. And he threw out a great deal of base runners. It makes me wonder what would have happened had Campy gotten to the major leagues even earlier than what he did. He had already caught for about 9 seasons in the Negro Leagues before he finally gets called up to join the Brooklyn Dodgers. That's a lot of wear and tear on a body, particularly playing that position of catcher. It just makes you wonder. He was already great, but how much greater could he have been if he'd gotten there earlier?
와, 조시 깁슨이다. 와, 조시 깁슨과 캠피 두 니그로리그의 포수 고트 아니야.
Had the circumstances been a little bit different, Campy likely would have been the first black to play in the major leagues. The Philadelphia Phillies had offered him a tryout, but when the Phillies found out that he was of mixed race, which in this case made him black, they backed away from that notion of signing him. And of course, Roy Campanella would have to wait his turn to get to the major leagues. Branch Rickey had actually set up a meeting with Roy Campanella to talk to him about joining the Dodgers. Roy Campanella declined the offer because he thought that Rickey was talking about the Brooklyn Brown Dodgers, the Negro Leagues team. And when Roy Campanella meets up with Jackie Robinson, he tells him the story, and Jackie says, no, he wants to sign you to the Brooklyn Dodgers. Now, Campy had thought he'd blown his opportunity. He sends a telegraph to Rickey. Rickey responds back, And of course, the rest is history. Roy Campanella's first plate appearance in the major leagues, guess what? He got hit. But that was pretty common for those black players when they made their way into the major leagues. The opposing pitchers were going to send them a message. And I think in many ways they were trying to break their will. And Campy got right back in the batter's box and he started swinging. And as I oftentimes said, with those Negro League players, they not only were swinging to play the game, but they were swinging for hope, justice, and civil rights at the same time.
I'ma do all that I gotta do. Go back to my hood. They say that we proud of you. Over the family we gotta shoot.
아, 이제 브루클린 다저스에서의 이야기도 나오는구나. 토탈 베이스 3개.
Was hurt the whole year. He chipped a bone in his hand during spring training and still hit .325.
Roy Campanella was well on his way to what would become a Hall of Fame career. He was doing everything you could possibly do in this game, and he was absolutely on a tremendous ascent. 3 MVPs already in his career. He hit 242 home runs while driving in 856 runs in only 1,215 games. A sports writer once described Roy Campanella as being indestructible. And on the baseball diamond, he essentially was. But sadly, a tragic car accident left Roy paralyzed and cut short what would still become a Hall of Fame career after only 10 seasons in the major leagues. And in many ways, that accident snatched the soul away from the Dodgers, because that's the presence that Roy Campanella had on that Dodgers team.
I always believe that any professional athlete, to be good, you have to have a little boy in you.
Now, to Campy's credit, he who had always been a very jovial, jolly giant of a man, Campy would say, the only thing that has been damaged is my body, not my mind. And he would use that baseball mind to help teach a lot of young Dodger prospects and players the intricacies of this game. He spent the last 35 years of his life in a wheelchair, but he spent those 35 years giving back what Biz Mackey had given to him, and that was baseball knowledge.
결국 마지막은 근본인 볼티모어 엘리트 자이언츠로 돌아와서 마지막 모먼트를 하는구나. 잡히나요? 오케이, 단타 하나 끝. 이거는 이제 나중에 컬렉용으로 쓰면 됩니다. 나중에 니그로 컬렉 나올 거라.